Hello, welcome to our call tonight. We're so excited to have you. We are so excited to take a little bit of your time tonight and share some things with you that will hopefully bring you peace, give you some direction, and inspire you. So, first of all, I'm Christy Jex. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. I've been sharing these products for almost 3 years. I can't even believe that it's almost been 3 years. It's crazy. And these products and business have totally changed my world. I'm so grateful. I'm in love. Literally 3 years later, I'm still super in love with the products, the company, the people, the culture, everything. I love it all, and it's totally changed my world and my family's world. So to kick us off tonight, I want to just tell you a couple things happening. And then we have some awesome stuff we want to share with you from a couple different people. And like I said, we're going to keep this short and sweet and just inspire you. Hopefully you get some peace, some ideas, so that you can come away from this call a little bit lifted. We want to lift your world. So first of all, our Having It All in 2019 3-week reset program started today, but don't sweat it. If you haven't invited people and you're like, oh no, it's already started, it's okay, you guys. Don't worry. Don't feel like you're behind. Don't worry about it. Just invite your people, especially all of your potentials. This is going to be such a beautiful gift that you give them that's going to really help them taste the culture of our community. They're going to get a taste of our favorite Plexus products, but most importantly, they are going to get awesome ideas from experts in a ton of different things. I seriously can't even tell you how excited I am. I literally couldn't sleep last night. I'm a little bit tired, I'm not going to lie, because I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited and putting some things together and just watching some of the videos that have been sent already from these experts. You guys are going to love it. And most importantly, your people are going to love this. So don't let this happen without you being involved. Make sure that you're messaging and in person, face to face, you're inviting your people, and you're making this count for your team, because this is going to happen. This is going to do awesome things for a lot of people. And I want so much for you to gain a harvest from this, for you to offer this awesome content to your people. So if you want some verbiage, reach out to your sponsor. I've posted verbiage in a couple different places. You can tweak it, make it your own, but share your heart. Invite your people to be part of this. I actually spent 1 hour, it was probably even 45 minutes the other night while my brother-in-law was here from out of town. It would have been really convenient to say, oh, I can't do it, he's here. But I said, honey, I'm going to sneak away for 45 minutes. He was here for, he slept over and was here in the morning. So I felt like we still had a lot of quality time. But I said, I am not going to stand up until I message every single one of my personally sponsored level ones about this event. And then I created a note on my phone that's super easy that just says everybody's names that said, yes, I want to be involved. I have like 10 to 15 people that responded and said, oh, I maybe stopped taking my products. I got to start again. Thank you for thinking of me. It means a lot to me that you would reach out to me. That's getting conversations going. People are liking it. People are perking up. It's the first of the year. Guys, don't let this opportunity to plug your people in and add value to their lives pass you by. Even if it's day 5 and you're just starting to message your people, do not think it's too late. It's not too late. It's going to be 3 weeks long, and all the content is going to be saved into the unit section of Saucony Plexus Health. So people can click on the unit and they can see all these awesome things that they can access at any time. So this is going to change the dynamic of our team pages and just offer so much more value. And I'll tell you, Bob Heilig is big on this. When we are focused on being givers and giving without anticipating receiving, then that is when things really start to take off. And that's the whole purpose of this group, is really just to add value to people's lives in so many different ways. So that is starting. If you don't know where to find it, it's going to be in Saucony Plexus Health, Lotus Plexus, and Sparking Plexus Health. So depending on who you're under, it's going to be on all those team pages, so your people will have access to it. So that's happening. And then I would love to turn it over to my beautiful friend who has one of the most genuine and, strong-willed hearts you have ever met. Ricky and Kim are like, who are you going to say? Ricky Sorensen is an incredible woman that I got to meet through the beautiful Kim Falsetti. And Ricky, I mean, I'm going to let you let her tell you her story, but I just want you to hear and maybe just take some notes on how she approaches this and really how she's helped so many people. So take it away, Ricky.
All right. Well, that was a good introduction. Yeah, I didn't know who it's going to be. So my name is Ricky Sorensen. I think I know most of you on the call, but I am an Emerald Ambassador, and I've been on the products almost 2 years. So 2 years in March. So really close to 2 years. 2 years ago, right now, I was bedridden with a ton of inflammation in my joints from rheumatoid arthritis. And so it was pretty life-changing when I was able to get up and move around and have a life again. So I do a lot of other things combined with Plexus. I think it's important that we know that it isn't a magic bullet, but in a, along with other things, healthy choices we make in our life, it can really, really, really increase, the value of our life and the productivity of our life. And just, that's what we're here, is to live our best life and feel as good as we can mentally and physically and emotionally. So these are great tools to add into your little toolkit, but you have to be consistent and you have to be dedicated. And so with myself, once I started feeling well, I decided that I had to, get over my fear of spreading, information about a multi-level marketing company, because the products were just so good. I had to just get over it. So I reached out to all the people I knew that struggled with their health. And I got a lot of really good feedback. There's a lot of people out there, you guys, that are not feeling well. And whether it be just headaches or fatigue, to depression, to a little extra weight gain, to great big things like I was dealing with, like autoimmune issues and stuff. They're out there left and right. And what they think of as normal is not normal. Sorry, my little boy's in here like making noise. And anyway, so for me, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that tonight, and about how our fear can hold us from sharing something that may potentially change someone's life, because it changed my life. And not just a tiny bit, like a great big bit. Like I was able to get a life. I always say it truly gave me my life back. That sounds cliche, but once I felt good, I actually could follow my other dreams that I have had for a really long time. And if I was still bedridden or in pain and focused on healing and trying to figure out how I could fix that, I couldn't focus on other people and helping them fix themselves. So think of that every time you have a fear of reaching out to somebody that may be struggling. I was stubborn too. I wasn't somebody that said yes right when someone reached out to me. I took a long time to say yes. So keep that in mind as well, as, the most difficult people can actually be your biggest asset if you're patient and loving with them. And they need to meet it on their own time. So just don't discredit them because they're not doing it exactly when you first contact them the very first time. So just think of all of the people, and maybe people you haven't even met, but as other people tell their stories, people are going to be drawn to you for help. And so don't be discouraged. Don't be afraid to go get over yourself and reach out to those people. Because if Kim had posted about different things, I wouldn't have seen it, and I wouldn't have, ordered. I actually ordered for my husband. And it wasn't until, Kim and Christy kept checking in with me that I decided to try it for myself. But if they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have never, ever known the miracle that I have now. I will never be off these products. I take a ton of them, and I don't even care how much money I spend on them, because it's given me my life. So, I just order the buggers and I take them consistently every morning and every night. I have gotten up out of bed once I've gone to bed and forgot and gotten my butt up and went back to the kitchen and taken them, because they're that important to me. And I know they work that well. So that was my little tidbit tonight. I just wanted to encourage you guys to remember when things get discouraging, that there are people like me out there that need you. I needed this in my life, and if they hadn't had the courage to talk to me about it, I would still be very sick and in pain, and I wouldn't have the life I have right now. So, and I wouldn't have met all of you awesome people. So it's a win-win-win all around.
I love it. Thank you, Ricky. So the moral of the story is order the buggers and take them. Ricky, oh, I love you. I miss you so bad. Okay, you guys, that's true. And I just want to reiterate that a lot of times what we think we're looking for, we're actually not. So Kim Fossetti's actually on this call. She's amazing. We've known each other since we were like, her husband was my boyfriend in 4th grade. Like, we've known each other forever. 4th grade, I'm not kidding. But the bottom line is, she knew Ricky, and Ricky started ordering, and I got to know Ricky just through Messenger, and Ricky totally snubbed me and was like, one-word answers, and totally like, she's a stubborn chick, right? But I wasn't impatient. I was like, I'm going to love this girl. I'm going to show her that I'm real and I really do care. And I knew she had RA. And so I kept, Kim and I both kept checking in our three-way message over Messenger, and kept caring about her and loving her, even when she gave me the cold shoulder and was like, I'm fine, leave me alone. Basically, she knew that I really cared, and I started to build a relationship. And then she was open because she started to trust me and Kim, right? She already trusted Kim. What were you going to say, Ricky? Oh, no, you're muted.
I'm unmuted now, aren't I?
You're good. Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just going to say, to all of you, I thank these two all the time they did me a favor. I feel like we feel buggy, but they did me a favor. Like, they saved me. I just can't even put it in any more words than that. I thank them all the time. I'm just so grateful. I'm just grateful. It's just so funny. Little pink drink, little Plexus. It's so funny because I really did snub it. I snubbed it hard. Yeah. And, I'm eating my words. I'll eat them all day long. I don't care.
I love it. So I want to encourage you, because everybody on this call, I bet you're in a few messages right now with people that have gone cold, people that aren't responding, people that you don't think are interested because they're not responding, or maybe people that you've reached out to. You look at the message and there's like 5 from you. How are you doing? What's going on? I can't wait to hear from you. And they don't respond. Keep reaching out, you're not reaching out in a buggy way. You truly are caring, because maybe you have a Ricky right now in your messages that doesn't get it yet, that doesn't understand that this is the real deal and that you really care. So with that message, keep reaching out, keep looking for those people that are suffering, and keep caring about people, because it really is the best feeling to have someone say, thank you for caring about me, because now I have my life back. I mean, it makes me cry and it keeps me going. That's why I keep sharing, is because of those Rickies. And we have a lot of them on this team. Okay, so I want to talk for just a minute before I hand it over to the beautiful Kimberly we talked about on the graphic and what this call is going to be about. I want to somehow transfer to you a different mentality. I think a lot of times in being an entrepreneur and starting a business, and in Plexus, there's a whole bunch of different leadership styles. There's all sorts of diamonds, and you hear how they do things, and you watch how they do things, and you see people on the leaderboards every week, and you see people winning contests right and left, and people ranking up. And then it's really easy to get in your head and go, oh, they must be just like working Plexus all the time. Like, it wears me out, right? I've had those thoughts before. Like, I know all of us have thought, oh, it takes so much time and it's so draining to do this. And I don't know if I really want to do this because it's just so time consuming and I still want to be a mom. I am here to say to you, I have never sacrificed what is most important to me, because I love Plexus. I love it. It's part of my purpose on the earth. Part of it. It's not my whole purpose. It's a huge part of it. I love helping people. But my family, my husband, my self-care, my faith, my siblings, my parents, they are more important to me than my business. And I have never sacrificed what's more important to me to grow my business And yet our team is thriving and our family gets to enjoy this lifestyle that's ridiculous. Like, we get to be together as much as we want. Like, sometimes it's a little much. It's not. I would never change it. But we're together all the time. It's amazing. I'm more involved with my kids now than I ever was before Plexus. So I want to speak this into your heart. There is a way to do this. This is the 4 words. You guys have heard me say it a bazillion times. With peace. You can do this with peace. You can do it with joy. Create joy in your life. You can do it being aligned, and you can create massive success all at the same time. That's why we call this the You Can Have It All. That's my theme for the year. That's what I'm preaching until I croak. You can have it all. And the mindset of you can't is what holds you back. So what I want to say is, well, what we're going to talk about now is Kimberly is going to share with you how you can work smarter, because this woman's amazing and she already had a full plate going into Plexus. She was working full-time, working 2 jobs, and she's going to tell you how you can work smarter and make your time stretch further. So take it away, beautiful Kimberly.
Okay, hi guys. It's so good to see names. Where are all the faces? There's no faces. There's like 3 faces and all names. But I'm super happy I get to stare at names tonight. So like Christy said, when I first started Plexus, I had 2 jobs. I was a single mom at the time. Oh, there's one face. Yay. So I was working 2 jobs, 50 to 60 hours a week, taking time away from my family. And honestly, when Plexus came around and I saw the opportunity, I literally thought, there's no way I can do one more thing. But I also looked at the compensation plan and looked at really what the possibilities were. And that's where I was like, okay, I have to make this work. And so you just remember, like, you can always move things on your plate. When your plate seems too full, make that plate bigger or get things off your plate, right? So I started working my business, and I had to be really intentional because I was working 50, 60 hours a week and 2 other jobs. And so I hopefully can share some tips with you. And I know the great thing about this company, everyone on this call, we all come from different walks of life, and we have different situations. Some stay at home, some work part-time, some, and stay at home is a lot of work. That's probably more work than me going to work 2 jobs, just so you know. I don't discredit that at all, because it's a lot of work taking care of our families. And so anyone truly can do this business. I want you to believe that, and I want you to know that you can do this. That's the thing. It's going to take work, and you have to be intentional, but you don't have to work hard. That's what I really want to stress. You don't have to work hard. You just have to work smart. So there are different things that we can do that really can help us lighten the load of our work, make it easier, and just work smarter. So the first thing is we have a team page, which I would recommend everyone check at least every other day. This is so important because all of our events, all of our challenges, any news is always going to be through that team page, which is Synergy Plexus Builders. So I would recommend make it a note before you go to bed every other day. Put it in your phone to remind you. Check that so you know what's going on. We put a lot of time, and especially Christy, she puts so much time into Synergy Plexus Builders that you can never be lost. We can never have the excuse of being lost. We just have to go and check, which a lot of us get lazy and we don't go and check, right? So I would just recommend check that at least every other day so that you're aware of what's going on. All of the Zoom links are there. Everything is there. And then keep a calendar and just put things in your calendar. I'm really working hard on that right now because I really slacked off, and I'm a calendar girl, but for some reason I slacked off in the last 6 months, and I am like literally filling my calendar again, and it is making life easier for me. So whether you do it in a paper calendar or whether you do it in electronics, do it. So our team page is super, super important. Also, each month as Jules, we get together and we try to figure out what's going to go on for the next month. We try to make it easy for you. Literally, if you go to your calendar in Synergy Plexus Builders, you will never be lost. You'll be able to see what's going on. And we intentionally put things in each week that if you take advantage of those things, your team will grow. You will get into momentum. You will grow a team, I promise you. So things like the IPA challenges, that's where you get in and that's where you're going to start, like right now we're in one right now, and you can literally do those things that are put out on that post. And if you do those and you do your reach outs and the things that post tells you, you're going to see growth. We've made it easy for you. And the reason that we've made it easy for you is because we have amazing leaders that have paved the way for us. And so we aren't reinventing the wheel. We feel like we tweak it and make it a little better, but we literally have this just ready to go. So IPA challenges are really important. Also, there is a beginner's guide in Synergy Plexus Builders. And it's, if you look on the units, you can click on that. And there are steps that if you don't know what to do to start this business, or you're just like, I'm in a rut, go there. Follow some of those leads that Christy has put so much time into. And if you do that, you'll see growth. I promise you. Showing up for team calls is huge. That's going to be super, super important, just because those team calls, again, it's about inspiration. It's about motivation. It's about creating a culture for you. And it's about just knowing what's going on. So one other thing that I think is really, really important when we get into this business is being coachable. You have sponsors that are, and jewels that are paving the way for you and trying to make this easy for you. So if you are coachable and if you just open up and just allow some of this to seep in, I promise you, you're going to see growth. You really, really will. Showing up is the most important thing. I really love what Brooke Hemingway taught me. It's called brain dumping. The night before you go to bed, just write everything that you can think of that you need to do, and then organize it and figure out what's the most important thing, and then do that next day. If you can brain dump the night before, you literally will have a game plan of what you need to do. And then figure out times if you need to compartmentalize it, or if you need to do it, like every 15 minutes, you have 15 minutes where you can work on or every hour you put 15 minutes into that, working on Plexus 3 times a day, whatever it takes. If you just make time for this, it's going to be in your benefit. You're going to see huge growth, and it's just going to be amazing. So hopefully some of those tips are a little bit helpful for you.
I love it. Thank you. That's so, so true, guys. We put a lot of time. And when I say a lot of time, I don't want you to hear that and go, see, I don't want her job. I don't want to put all that time into stuff. Like, I'm intentional with my time. I put my brain dump down and I say, what can I give to someone else? I have an assistant that's amazing that helps me with a lot of the stuff that I don't love. That's awesome. I do the things that bring me life. I do the things that fire me up, that I like to do, that I enjoy, right? So whenever you hear that, I want you to know it's something I love to do. And it's something that I don't put 8 hours a day. I never work 8 hours a day in my business. Isn't that crazy? That's just not my jam. I don't do that. I got kids. I got a husband. I got self-care. Those things are important to me. So when you hear that, I want you to know what that means. Okay, to end the call, I want to talk to you about a concept really quick that it's been on my heart a lot lately. How many of you, I wish I could see your dang faces. I'm about to say, all right, turn on your cameras. I want to see your faces. Yay, there you are. Woohoo! You give me energy. That's right. Yay!
Christmas miracle!
Yay! I love it. Seriously, you're so cute. I love Ricky again, but sometimes I'm like, sorry, baby. Good boy. Okay, seriously, you can say if you want to. We don't care if you have jammies on. Like, I'm a mangy fool, so don't feel like you have to show your face. Okay, so to end, I want to tell you about a concept that has been such a game changer for me. Okay, now I want to preface this. When you hear these words, you might feel like, I don't know if I can do that. I want to challenge you to be open for the next 5 minutes while I explain this to you. And I talked to my cute sister about this last night. How many of you have been water skiing? Raise your hand. I haven't worn makeup in days. Oh, that's the best when you have a blank face, right? Water skiing. Okay, how many of you have been in the boat when you're trying to pull someone that's learning how to water ski or wakeboard? Okay, so there you get, the person jumps in the water, and I get butterflies thinking about it because it makes me like excited, nervous a little bit. Like I love it, but it's like I hope I can like do good. So you're in the water and you're holding onto the rope and you're all by yourself in the dark water, so it's a little freaky. And the boat goes and kind of flips around, right? And gets in position, tightens up that rope, and you're supposed to say hit it. When you're like right ready to go, everything's good, you're like this in the water and you're like, okay, I think it's tight. Okay, I think I'm on top of the water. Hit it! And they like go start taking off, right? And you're like this in the water, and the water's like hitting you in the face, and you're like drinking all this water, and it's like not fun, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, this is hard. Oh my gosh, my arms are giving out. Ah, sexy stiff toes. They're special. Look at them, bless their hearts. Okay, but you're like, you're getting water in your face and you're just like, this sucks. And your arms are like pulling so hard and your back's tight, right? So when you're watching this process and you're watching the person in the water, you're like, stand up, like, stand up. It's going to be more fun. It's not going to like drain your energy, right? And they're like, I'm trying, right? So do you guys know what I'm talking about? And it just seems so hard, and they're like kind of floppy, and you're like, just stand up. Okay, I want to challenge you to stand up by being all in, okay? Be all in. When you are like kind of in, kind of not, and you keep questioning, and you're like, that Christy girl, she got me all fired up, and I thought I could do it. And then I got home and started messaging, and I was like, oh, I hate my life. I can't do this, right? I don't know if I can do this. I want you to make a decision. Unmade decisions are the most draining thing in the world. Did you guys know that? It's the biggest energy drain you can possibly have, is have an unmade decision. Any unmade decision. But especially in Plexus land, if you're like this, this is hard. I'm like messaging people and no one's responding. It is going to drain you. It is not going to be fun. You're going to be like, who in the world said water skiing was fun? Like, that was the worst thing I ever did. Your muscles will sore and you're like, oh, this was horrible. It's not fun. It drains you and you never want to do it again, right? And you miss out on the opportunity of, oh, when you stand up, you're like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, this feels good. And then you're like, okay, maybe I can start to like go in the wake a little bit and get comfortable. And then you're like, okay, this is fun. And it's not as hard, right? And it starts to flow. So that's what I want to challenge you. But I also want to challenge you, when you hear the words all in, I'm not saying work your Plexus business 8 hours a day. No, don't do that, you guys. I have never done that. There's never been a point where I worked 40 hours a week. Never, ever. I have family that are important to me. I have a husband who's important to me. I have parents and siblings and grandmas and grandpas, and they are so important to me. Nothing's more important to me than those things. I have a calling that is important to me. I love life outside of Plexus. When I say all in, that means you've made the decision. You're standing up. So when it's your Plexus time, like Kim talked about, whatever that looks like for you, maybe it's 20 minutes a day. Maybe it's an hour a day. Maybe it's 2 hours a day. When you are doing your Plexus, stand up. Be committed. Be all in. Be intentional, like Kim said. When you go to bed, you should know exactly what you're doing the next day. You look at your phone. It takes 5 minutes, you guys. This stuff doesn't take long. It's just being intentional. Before I go to bed, I always say, what's my morning going to look like? And I sit there and visualize what's it going to look like, my afternoon, what am I going to do? And I write down, these are my top 3 highest yield activities. I call it my 4%. These are the things that are going to move the needle, that bring me life, that I love, that's part of my purpose. Those are written out the night before I go to bed. Okay? So then when I wake up and it's my Plexus time, I am all in. When I do my 2 hours or my hour, my whatever, I'm all in for those 2 hours. I'm not like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. Like, this is kind of hard. No. If you want to have it all, you can, but you must be all in. When it's your Plexus time, you hit the ground running. You are passionate. You are on fire. You are doing the work, even if you don't feel like it. You're taking that action. And I promise you, like the slow drip that drops on rock, it doesn't seem like it's doing something. After a year of a slow drip every single day, it's going to start to make a dent in a rock. Water. That's what I'm talking about when I say having it all, is showing up, being all in, being intentional, being passionate. And I'm talking about all in with your kids too. Enjoy the crap out of your family. I have had so much more fun with my family than I ever have. And I work Plexus. Like I'm all in. We go on dates. I went on a date with Christian tonight. I went on a date with Lucy the night before. Guys, I have so much time with my family, and I'm all in with that too. You can have it all. Family life, amazing marriage, self-care, amazing business. You can. It's a matter of being intentional, being committed to grow, so that when you hit those speed bumps and you're like, oh, I can feel that I need to grow as a person so that I can conquer this. You will. You're like, it's okay. I'm all in. I've surrendered to the journey. There are going to be bumps, but I'm committed to grow through it, right? I can't tell you how many times I've run into roadblocks that I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to grow though, and I'm committed to grow. It excites me. I was telling my sister, I had sweat tacos for 2 years straight up. You know what sweat tacos are? Where you're out of your comfort zone, right? And you're growing. The thing is, guys, pain is inevitable. There's pain. Where you are right now, you are choosing the pain that you're in. There's pain with change. There's pain with growth. It's inevitable. There will be pain. It's just a matter of if you choose the growth pain and you choose to surrender to that and embrace it and have those days where you hate everything, it's okay. Get up the next day. You start again. You're committed. You're all in. You're committed to grow, and you're going to make this work, and it's going to be life-changing for you. So that's what I want to share with you, and I'm just so passionate about having it all, because when you get those thoughts of, oh, you can't do it all, there's only so many hours in the day, BS. That's scarcity. When you really are intentional and you spend 25, 30 minutes of intentional time with your kids and you're in their eyes and you're playing and you're having joy and you're in the moment, it is abundance. You can make so much more out of 25 or 30 minutes of intentional time than a bunch of brainless 2 hours of just existing in the same room. You feel me? So I want to challenge you to be open to having it all. I want to challenge you to go all in. When it's your Plexus time, you be all in. Be committed to growth, committed to the process, and we're going to create something incredible. This is diamond year for Synergy Plexus Builders. I know your goals, and I'm going to cry. I know your goals, and I am so committed to your goals. Really quick, I wasn't going to share this, but I want you to know, like, this last year, I've had so much mindset work because I got to a point where I felt like this is enough. It's just enough. I don't need more money than this. This is plenty. I almost felt selfish for wanting to grow. But you know what fires me up? Your goals. And if I stayed where I am right now, and if our team stayed where we are, guess what? That would mean that you guys didn't grow. Do you realize that? I look in your beautiful eyes. I know what your goals are. I know what you want to achieve. And I know you can. That's what I'm fired up. That's my why, is to help you guys realize your dreams. So I want you to know this is diamond year. And diamond means it's about you. Diamond is about you guys leveling up and you guys reaching your goals and you guys creating abundance and being the light and showing up in your world to change lives. So that's what I'm on fire about. And I'm so excited for what we're going to create this year. And I'm so excited for Super Saturday. So if you're not coming to Super Saturday, we got to like hug and kiss some other time, because I just want to see every one of you. I want to see your faces and spend time with you. And I'm so excited for this weekend. So that's it, you guys. I really didn't plan on, I've gotten better at not crying a lot. Do you know that? Who notices that? I'm not crying as much as I used to. Ricky, Kim.
She says, I'm not crying as much as I used to, as she has tears coming down her face.
This is the second time you made me cry today, Christy.
I know, exactly.
But I'm doing better. I used to cry all the time, but I'm working on it, right? I really have been working on my mindset and just like allowing. And anyway, I just love you guys. Thanks for showing up tonight. And I'm all hot because I'm fired up. So we're going to create something beautiful this year. And I'm just so excited to watch every one of you be all in and step up and make this happen. I'm going to meet you there and we'll together make it happen. So I love you. Kisses, hugs, create a beautiful night. Thank you for taking time to be with us. It means the world. Bye.